James Gunn hints at Idris Elba's return as Bloodsport, teasing a mystery Superman shooting that could connect DCU's past to David Corenswet's future. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Please like, share and subscribe for more. So, now that there's a curiosity surrounding which Superman was shot, that mystery could be the perfect way for Gunn to connect past stories to his new DC universe.
How can?
Following the success of his new Superman movie, James Gunn has been talking about which old DC characters might show up in his brand new DC universe. Speaking with EW, the filmmaker addressed Margot Robbie's return as Harley Quinn, while also revealing his plan for Bloodsport's comeback. Robbie's Harley Quinn will be revealed down the line. I definitely am always looking for a place to put Bloodsport and figuring that out. So we'll see what happens. Much like Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, even Idris Elba's Bloodsport was last seen in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, 2021. Therein, we learned about an off-screen scene where Bloodsport had shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet, thus leading to his incarceration in the first place in the DCU. But here's the twist: although the movie was directed by James Gunn, the filmmaker never confirmed which Superman it was, given that his film never showed that moment, only spoke about it. While people assumed it to be Henry Cavill, given that both films were part of the DCU, Gunn never clarified with certainty. But the movie never actually showed the scene, and James Gunn never confirmed which Superman was shot. However, since both films were part of DCU, fans naturally assumed it was Henry Cavill's version, but Gunn left the answer open-ended. Speaking with IGN, in a breakdown of his 2021 film's trailer, Gunn noted, "Bloodsport is in prison for putting Superman into the ICU with a kryptonite bullet. Yes, the Suicide Squad is a part of the DCU, but I don't know which Superman it was because I don't cast the next Superman. So, it could be Henry Cavill. It could be somebody else. It's whoever people decide upon other than me. This is where things get interesting for David Corenswet's Superman. If Gunn decides to bring Idris Elba's Bloodsport, he could easily rewrite that unseen moment from his 2021 film to make it part of Corenswet's Superman story. Because, anyway, he's bringing a character from the DCU and merging it with his new DCU. That means Bloodsport's history would suddenly overlap with the brand new Man of Steel, turning him into one of Superman's most dangerous past enemies before they even meet on screen. Meanwhile, in the comics, Bloodsport wasn't just randomly gunning for Superman. He was manipulated into the act by Lex Luthor. Now this makes the story even juicier. If Gunn keeps that part of the backstory, it could suggest that Bloodsport probably met Lex as a working partner. After all, Bloodsport is primarily an assassin for hire, and Lex has his twisted ways of going to extreme lengths and partnering with such people to get rid of Superman. And now that Lex Luthor has been captured by the end of Superman, 2025, it could mean that Lex hired Bloodsport to do the job on his behalf. So, this could be a possible storyline that could connect DCU with DCU, and bring Idris Elba's Bloodsport into the plot. And maybe, now that Gunn is in control, he can show that off-screen scene from the Suicide Squad. James Gunn has already confirmed that he wants to bring Idris Elba's Bloodsport into his new DC universe. In the Suicide Squad, 2021, Bloodsport was introduced as a deadly assassin with one very big claim to fame: he once shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet. And that single act landed him in prison. Because if this storyline plays out, Bloodsport wouldn't just be another villain cameo. His past with Superman could create instant tension and give fans a fresh, emotional reason to care about their conflict. For Corenswet's Superman, it wouldn't be about fighting just another bad guy. It would be about facing someone who once nearly killed him. That would make Bloodsport's return a bane for David Corenswet's Superman. After all, this storyline would lead Elba's character to shoot Corenswet's Superman and land him in the ICU. But then again, since we know that Superman would heal and come back stronger, we could briefly sacrifice him for the sake of the plot. This whole confusion originated after James Gunn announced through a social media post that he is about to embark on a press tour for the second season of the HBO series Peacemaker, as well as writing for the follow-up Superman film. He said, "Peacemaker press. And sequel writing." So naturally, fans thought it was a Superman sequel. Meanwhile, after Superman hit theaters, many fans assumed James Gunn would immediately start writing a direct sequel. But while disclosing his plans for Bloodsport's return, Gunn made it clear that a Superman sequel isn't in his books. While Superman will still be a major part of his next project, Gunn says it won't be a content. David Corenswet's Superman soars past Man of Steel, giving James Gunn and Warner Brothers a record-breaking win at the box office. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Please like, share and subscribe for more. As for Man of Steel, it made a profit of $42.7 million for Warner Brothers via Deadline. This means that Superman is expected to make $82.3 million more in profit than the Zack Snyder fan favorite. In other words, it's on track to make almost 3x more than Man of Steel in profits. When David Corenswet was announced as the new Superman, people had mixed reactions to the news. However, it looks like his film has proven everyone who ever doubted him wrong, as it's all set to soar past Henry Cavill's Man of Steel in terms of profit. According to Variety, Superman is on track to generate $125 million in profits alone during its theatrical run. The film that marks a new beginning for DCU was made on a budget of $225 million, via the numbers. So far, it has generated over $600 million at the box office. Its opening weekend saw earnings of $125 million. Gunn took to threads to express his gratitude for his film's reception and thanked fans for their enthusiasm and kind words. All in all, he is just happy he got to focus on the man side of Superman, rather than the super. If there's someone happier than Corenswet about the film's success, it's James Gunn. The man was doubted by everyone who worried he'd bring the MCU into the DC world. Clearly, he got the last laugh and a sequel. With the inclusion of Superman, Warner Brothers has just made box office history. How, well as Variety puts it, the production house now has 7 consecutive films that have opened above $40 million in theaters. This includes The Conjuring, Last Rites, F1, Sinners, Weapons, and more. Take a look at the films and what they made during their opening weekends. Elsewhere, he seemed quite relieved with how well the film's doing. He said, "It's just an enormous sense of relief." It's relief, and then followed very quickly by excitement, via CBM. Gunn added that with Superman out of the way, he now has the freedom to tell these other stories in a way that's really exciting, without the need to worry about the life and death of the DC brand, as he was before. No other studio has achieved this yet, and who knows, perhaps the streak is here to stay for a long, long time. What do you think about Superman and Warner Brothers' success? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. This comes after the last stretch proved to be disappointing for Warner Brothers with films like Mickey 17 and Joker, Folie à Deux. Analyst David A. Gross told the outlet, "The studio made outstanding choices and took some big creative risks, and they're paying off." However, he also warned that a time will come when things won't be as great. In his words, "Studios get hot, and studios get cold. Just before this, they weathered